We have the blessing of your guidance. What about people who were born before the Imam Mahdi? What is their situation exactly?
You see, the light always continued in Islam. There is no period in the Muslim history where divine light totally disappeared. Society as a whole was suffering from the darkness around. But among them there were torches, there were lamps lit by the love of God. So it's impossible to conceive any situation where prior to Hazrat Muslim divine light was totally absent. But that could not be taken as a phenomenon which covered the whole Muslim society. There were exceptions. Like in the night, you have lamps which lit a situation around, but they cannot change the night into day. So when the promised reformers come from Allah, that is what they do. The dissemination of light is so beautiful, so perfect, so intense, that anyone can walk under that light and find his path, his way to God. Again, there is another very important factor to note, that those good, pious people here and there in the world of Islam were not necessarily rightly guided in their views about Islamic faith, and their doctrination may have been wrong, but for no fault of theirs. They inherited these views and faiths and doctrines from their forefathers and were never awakened to check them, to examine their validity. So at the time of a divine reformer, light is not shed only on character, but also on faith, doctrination, views, etc. All are enlightened. So from then on, you follow a path where your views are also correct. And that can only happen when Allah sends somebody from Himself and guides him to the right path. Like Al-Mahdi, the one who is guided. Now the best example is the case of Hazrat Muslim himself, the one whom we refer to as Imam Mahdi. Before he was directly guided by Allah on certain of his beliefs, those beliefs which he had inherited from his forefathers were not all right. For instance, he also believed, like others, that Jesus was alive in the heaven. It was a belief completely contradictory to the Holy Quran. Yet because he had inherited this belief, he never was awakened to the reality. He read the Quran hundreds of times and could not take note of the verses which positively told that Jesus Christ was not alive in the heaven. So he lived with that belief until guided by Allah. When Allah guided him, He also showed him the verses. Look at that verse, look at that verse, reread them. Then you can only draw one conclusion, that Jesus is dead. There is a very good example which can be quoted of divine light. When it descends on somebody, it also rectifies his beliefs. Understand?